Today's video, we're going to talk about how we went from a 0 to 40 plus people in literally 12 months in one location, okay? Now, I want you guys to understand that when it comes to building an office or building a sales team or building an organization, you don't need all this hoopla that a lot of these people tell you need. All you really need is these 6 steps that I'm going to give you right now, okay? Number 1, you need to have a vision. Before we even thought of doing this, I was kind of forced into building this office. As a matter of fact, I was not interested in building another company. I was not interested in building solar. I was like focused on my real estate and focused on building my coaching company, right? And for whatever reason, 2 of my guys were like, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. I was like, you know what? Fine. Let me just look into the solar industry and see if it's worth it. And by the time I saw everything, I was like, wow. I got sold on the picture on what can be done. And because I got sold on the vision, now I was able to what? Sell other people on the vision. I started to do the next thing, which is what? Talent and recruiting. So vision and talent recruiting work together. You have to understand that if you do not see the bigger picture for your team, for your people, for the people you want to respectively lead, they're not going to see the picture. And when you're recruiting and you're trying to get talent from all types of places, right, especially if you want A talent, you have to have a strong enough vision and a strong reason to why they should join your vision, why they should join your company, why they should do business with you. Nobody wants to join a company just for money, okay? And I'm going to take that to the bank. You can disagree with all you want, but nobody wants to join a company just for to make a couple of dollars because they can do that anywhere. Like, what makes your company so different? Take some time and write down some notes on why your company or your business is completely different. And if you don't have a business, why would your business be different? Why would someone be attracted like a bee to honey to your idea, to your vision? And if you do know those reasons, when you figure those 3 reasons out, now you can start recruiting top quality talent, even if you don't have the money, even if the business has not generated an income yet. Because at the end of the day, you need people to create something beautiful. You need people to create success when it comes to any industry, any business. It cannot be done by a bunch of robots. This is not iRobot over here, okay? So you need people. Talent is important because you can have the best product on the planet. For example, look into the product called Zune, okay? Zune versus iPod. Who won? iPod did. Not because Zune was a worser product than iPod. No, but iPod had a movement. Their marketing was way different. Zune people gave up too soon. It was an amazing product, but they gave up. In my opinion, the Zune was 10 times better, right? So amazing products don't always make it to the finish line. It has to be backed by amazing talent, and Apple had an amazing group of people that really crushed the Zune people, okay? So you need the right talent. Number 3, revenue and sales. A lot of business owners, and if you're watching this video, I hope this is not you, who cares about business cards? Who cares about the website? I see so many people before they start their business, they want to have the perfect website. They spend 16 hours building a website. You know, we didn't have a website till a couple of months into our business. I didn't even have business cards. I still don't even have business cards because it doesn't mean anything. I just recently got marketing material. It doesn't matter, guys. What you need is revenue. What you need is sales. That is the bloodline of the business. You need revenue. You need sales. You need customers to say, yes, I want your product. And if you don't have revenue, that is a big, big, big problem. A lot of these companies right now that are raising money, they have 0 revenue and they're building their evaluations on like billions of dollars with no sales because nobody bought their product. That is not a legitimate business in my personal opinion. Now, if somebody wants to invest in that, God bless them. But me personally, if nobody wants your product, it's not going to last for a long time. There has to be some type of revenue. There has to be some type of sales. There has to be a marketplace for your product and for your service, okay? So revenue and sales is extremely important, okay? You have to go chase the revenue. You got to go chase the sales. Go get a bunch of shit in place. You don't need to worry about systems and processes and, oh, what do I do here? What do I do there? No, make a mess. And then you fix that mess with structured chaos, okay? That's the 4th thing. You systematize your business, okay? You put SOPs in place, which are standard operating procedures, where if X happens, this is what happens. If Y happens, this is what happens. Like, you have a process, you have a system, okay? You have a process, you have a system in place to manage that chaos a little bit that your sales and revenue are bringing in, okay? And you have to have training material. You got to start building the training systems out now, right? Videos, content, paper. It doesn't matter. You got to have some kind of training system to train your people because you're not going to be the one always training. And if that's the case, that is a problem and a bottleneck in your company. And you should never let training or anything to do with the business be bottlenecked to one individual. Right now, I have a bunch of people in the team. I am not worried. I am not worried about one person leaving. If that one person leaves, we have a process in the system. I will never be held hostage to one human being. You cannot. That's not how you operate a business. Can you imagine Uber or Google or Facebook losing one manager or one supervisor? Like, what do you think that would do for their business? Think about that. If Uber and Google lose all their managers, One manager, two, who cares? They can replace them in a heartbeat because they're not dependent on one individual person or one individual team. It's very important to understand that, right? You want to systematize your business and have those processes in place. Next, you solidify, which prepared you to duplicate. You solidify, you tweak the systems, you X this out, you add this, you remove this, you make it a beautiful system. People ask you, why don't you have a 5, 6, 7 offices right now? Because I'm systematizing out one location, okay? We didn't start recruiting until the 6th month in our business. I didn't want to recruit. I wasn't ready for that. We had our top talent, top A quality people. We were building out the whole business, making sure it was ready to rock and roll. Once it was ready, boom, recruiting kicked in. And the second we recruited, the business went like this, right? And right now we're shooting this video, we're at 40 plus people. By the time we post this video, we'll be at 50. And by the end of the summer, we'll be at 60, 70 people. By the end of the year, we're going to have 100 plus people, again, like clockwork. What took us to build 150 guys in New York and New Jersey in 2.5, 3 years, this time it's taken us way faster because it's much easier to follow this process. Okay? Next, after you solidify and you're ready for duplication, copy and paste. Take this location, take all the systems and the processes, take one of the leaders, dump them into another location. Tampa, Orlando, Texas, California, it doesn't matter. You throw them in that place and you copy and paste. And that is how you build a team from 0 to 40 relatively quickly. Understand this, without people and without systems, there is no business. You have to have the people. You have to have the systems. A lot of you guys have the people, but you don't have the systems in place. Or you have the best systems, but you don't have the right people in place. And these are your two bottlenecks, people and systems, right? And I kind of did a little bit of math here for you guys to understand, like, how do you get to your goals to hit 100 million, 200 million, 300 million, whatever your goal is as a company, right? I'm just throwing out random numbers, but think about it. If you have 25 sales reps in one office, and one office has 25 sales weekly, right? How do you multiply to the numbers that you need to hit? So if you have 625 sales reps, in 25 offices, that is 625 sales a week. Now let's assume that 625 sales, okay, each sale is worth $10,000 in revenue. I'm just using random numbers for you guys, okay? If it's $10,000 for every single sale that you get, and you have one office doing 25 sales, that is 250 sales a week, right? If you have 25 offices doing that, you have $6.25 million a week coming into your business. 1 year of doing that is $300 million revenue business. You gotta do the math, guys. You got to play with the math. So if you know that you have one office, as an example, bringing you X amount, $250K a week, right? Which is, how much is that in a year? That's $6.25 million in a year. Okay, if you know the math, it's very easy to copy and paste. It's very easy to copy and paste. If one location brings you 5 million, if you have 10 locations, you got about 50 million. Copy and paste, copy and paste. What you need? People, systems, people, systems, people, systems, people, systems. That's it. And if you have this process laid down, I promise you, you're going to explode from coast to coast like butter on toast. My name is Michael Barayev. As you guys know, we teach you guys how to build sales teams, how to build sales leaders. If you like this kind of content, drop a like, drop a comment, because it helps the algorithm so YouTube gods can bless us. So I appreciate you guys. I love you all. See you guys in the next video.